Okay, we're back with Alex Newman, correspondent for The New American at the United Nations Climate Summit in Paris. And Alex, what's happening there currently?
Well, the big issues right now appear to be how much money Western governments and developed country governments are willing to hand to third world dictators. The G77 plus Communist China put out a statement a few days ago, basically a kind of ransom note. They said if you don't give us at least $100 billion per year right away and then much more after that, nothing's going to happen here. So you better fork over the money so that we can have climate reparations. They say that Western people caused global warming through the Industrial Revolution, through technological progress. And so because of that, we owe them lots of climate reparations, and we need to dismantle our economies. Unfortunately, the Western governments seem more than willing to play along with this scam. They're pledging billions of dollars to this green climate slush fund that they'll be distributing to the Castros and the Kim Jong-uns and the Robert Mugabes of the world. And I guess they plan to put that money straight into their bank accounts and use it to build up better repressive regimes. And in exchange for all this money, they're going to promise to keep their people in perpetual poverty as the West, of course, deindustrializes. So that's a big topic here also. They call it degrowth, right? The word the IPCC used was degrowth. They want to degrow the economy. They want to abolish industrial civilization, essentially. And we've heard this from a number of experts. So, that's essentially what's on the agenda here. They're not really even talking about the climate. I think that, the climate scare was just kind of the foundation of this. Now they're not talking about the climate. They're talking about how much money which government is going to give to which dictator. And will you agree to sign on to this treaty if we give you, $2 billion per year for such and such agenda? So, that's essentially what's going on here. There's a lot of reporters. A lot of them are just regurgitating UN press releases. They have no idea what's really going on here. And a lot of NGOs, most of them tax funded here, pushing the same governments that are funding them to take bigger acts to their national economies and hand over more loot to third world dictators and backwards regimes. So, it's kind of descended into a farce. You have a few climate realists and climate skeptics hoping that China or maybe Saudi Arabia or Russia will help scuttle this agreement. I don't think it's going to happen. They all say they're working very hard and they're all representing their national interests, but we need to save the global warming climate, whatever. And so they're all promising to work very hard on behalf of humanity. They're going to save us from carbon emissions.
Of course, a big part of this, of the proponents pushing for all of this reparations and this transfer of funds are the multilateral development banks, so-called, the World Bank, International Monetary Fund, European Investment Bank, etc. And they have a big presence there since they're joined at the hip with the United Nations, correct?
They sure do, yep. The World Bank is here, the IMF is here. They're sending out barrages of press releases talking about we're going to give $1 billion to this thing and $1 billion to that thing and $1 billion to this government. So of course this is all our money ultimately. This is going to be financed by Western taxpayers. But they are definitely playing a big role, and big business is here in force also. For example, right when we walked into the summit, there's a big board that says who's sponsoring this summit, and it's alarming. They have Google is sponsoring the summit, so what that means, in terms of the future of the web. This is obviously the biggest search engine in the world. Are climate skeptics, climate realists, people who question the lunacy that's going on here, are they going to be disappeared down the memory hole? A number of very big energy companies, even some news agencies, believe it or not, are sponsoring it. So-called news agencies. We really should not call them that. They're obviously in bed with the agenda that's going on here, so they're certainly not providing objective coverage. But lots of big business, lots of media, lots of fake NGOs, lots of international so-called development banks, and obviously the governments, right? We're going to see if we can get over there later and try to interview some of the dictators and see about their demands, right? They want trillions of dollars in the future for climate reparations and so on. So we're going to go ask them about that if we can get into the government section of this place.
All right. Well, we'll let you get on to that. We know you've got a schedule there, so thank you very much, Alex.